This conference will now be recorded.
Karen, opening statements, please.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting, as required by said act, has been provided by adopting a schedule of regular meetings for the year 2021, which schedule was posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board as well as the Borough website and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County and filed with the Borough Clerk on January 2nd, 2021.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Wallace,
Here.
Mr. Cossabone,
Present.
Mr. D'Alessandro,
Here.
Mr. Fiola,
Here.
Mr. Halter,
Here.
Ms. Miller,
Here.
Mrs. Spence,
Here.
Mr. Melandro,
Here.
Mr. Scafidi,
Present.
Mr. Brunemer.
Here.
Thank you. Any questions on the bill list?
No questions.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion addressing resolution 94-21 to go into closed session for several potential redevelopment projects.
Motion to adopt that resolution?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
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 Against? All right, I'll see you all in closed in 1 second. And for the people who are here in the public, we will be closed for approximately 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will be back. You will all have a chance to address the governing body during the regular part of the meeting, as well as this part if this goes too long. So we will get back as quickly as possible. Thank you.
the flowers? My mom told me to order these for you. He tried to get a good match.
On a couple of people.
I just know George and I are on.
The two that have problems are
There's the
on.
mayor. Okay. Timmy, we need a motion to go back into open.
We do, Mr. Administrator.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a
Second.
motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
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 Okay, we are back into the open session. At this point of this meeting, I'd like to open it up to the public portion. Again, there will be another public portion during the regular portion of the council meeting. But right now, if anyone would like to address mayor and council, time is yours.
We need a motion for that, sir.
Motion to go in public.
Yes,
Second.
please.
The public portion, I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion to open it up, the meeting up to the public.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are in the public portion.
Hearing none, I make a motion to close the public portion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
I'd like a small discussion.
Aye.
Discussion on that, though. There was someone who obviously wanted to do it. So we'll have to make arrangements somehow. There was a woman who clearly expressed her desire to speak. So, maybe she didn't realize that we're back into open yet. But maybe before we close this work session, we ought to ask again.
I am still here, but I will wait for the next time, for the next open session.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, though.
You're welcome.
So with that said, I'm going to entertain again a motion to close the public portion.
Second. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
At this point, Karen, could you take us through the rest of the agenda, please?
Yes. So we have 4 public hearings this evening. We have our 3 bond ordinances. The first one, 2104, is for general capital expenses. I also have ordinance 2105, which is for various redevelopment expenses. Ordinance 2106, which is for various water and sewer expenses. Those are up for public hearing, as well as our salary ordinance, which is ordinance 21-07 and ordinance fixing and establishing the salaries and compensation of the officers and employees of the Borough of Glassboro in the County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, 2021. Any questions on those?
No questions from me.
Okay, moving forward, I have the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of February 23rd, 2021, closed executive session of February 23rd, 2021. I don't believe that there are any abstentions needed from that date. I have one communication, which is a letter of retirement For Park and Recreation Department, Gloria Salter. Gloria worked for the Park and Recreation Department she worked for the borough for 15 years, and she will be retiring June 1st, 2021. I have no unfinished business. I have 3 items for new business. One is a request of approval for a facilities use application for Memorial Day Parade, which is May 31st, 2021. The second item is a request for approval for a facilities use application for a Community Paint Day, which will be held April 17th, 2021. And the third item that I have under new business is a request for approval for a renewal of a limousine license for BSR Limo Service, LLC. This is just a regular business that we do every year. And then we come up to the engineer's report. Mark, did you want to talk now? You're muted. There you go.
Yeah, everything's starting to move, starting to pick up more. Obviously, Matt Blatt's making good progress. Now we get drier weather. That's going through. As touched on, Demountable Concepts is gearing up for the next site. They still have some punch list on their existing parking lot to get done. Chipotle is just trying to finish out the inside of their building. They're having trouble with the DOT issuing a road opening permit so they can get a gas connection. Everybody's working on that together, trying to get that resolved. And Bonesaw is also moving on their improvements behind the building as far as expanding their parking lot, building the underground stormwater, things along those lines. So that's all proceeding, starting to pick up speed.
Okay, so that'll be our engineer's report for this evening. And then we go on to the solicitor's report, which are a number of resolutions and I believe 1 ordinance at the end. Resolution 9521, resolution authorizing refund of street opening performance guarantee to AMS Rentals in the amount of $750. Resolution 9621, resolution authorizing refund of street opening performance guarantee to Kane Communication LLC in the amount of $750. Resolution 9721, resolution authorizing refund of street opening performance guarantee Arthur R. Henry in the amount of $750. Resolution 9821, resolution appointing emergency management coordinator for the Borough of Glassboro, John Manning, 3-year term, January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2023. Resolution 9921, resolution appointing deputy emergency management coordinators for the Borough of Glassboro, Sean Kelly, Zachary Hurd, and Craig Rawls. And those appointments are 1-year term appointments, and those are for January. The dates are January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021. Resolution 100-21, resolution of the Borough of Glassboro confirming sale of land to Rayon de Tolbert for borough-owned vacant land known as Block 53.01, Lot 9, for the total sum of $10,150, and that is 128 South Academy Street. Resolution 101-21, resolution authorizing ratification of the collective bargaining units between the Borough of Glassboro and the Gregory Burnell Memorial Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 108 Superior Officers Unit of the Borough Police Department 2021 through 2024. This one is for the sergeants, lieutenants, and captains. And 102-21 is the ratification of collective bargaining unit contract for the patrol division. Then we go on to resolution 103-21, resolution authorizing the Borough of Glassboro to apply for tonnage grant under the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection promulgating recycling regulations. Resolution 104-21, resolution canceling grant receivable and appropriation balance 2017 NJDOT Municipal Aid Dalton Drive in the amount of $26,497.18. Resolution 10521, resolution authorizing execution of a remedial action protectiveness biennial certification form for former Lose Auto Service Program, interest PI number 008164, soil remedial action permit number RAP 160001, to allow for necessary signatures. Resolution 10621, resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Borough of Glassboro and the International Association of Firefighters, Local 3592, for a term from January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2024, to set the terms of this contract. Those are the resolutions for this evening. Does anyone have any questions on any of the resolutions?
Looks like none.
Okay. And we have one ordinance which is up for first reading. An ordinance authorizing execution of First Amendment to lease option agreement between Summit City Solar LLC and the Borough of Glassboro. Original date of lease option agreement which was authorized on September 6, 2018. And the proposed public hearing for this ordinance will be April 27, 2021. That is all I have on the agenda. If there are no questions, I'll turn it back over to Mr. Melandro.
Thank you, Karen. Appreciate it. Well, folks, you have 4 minutes before we start the next meeting. If you need to do anything, you got 4 minutes.
George, can you hear me?
Yes.
Is everybody going and coming back at 7? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, people are leaving and coming back at 7. Yeah, but I'm just staying on.
I'm having connectivity problems. I keep having to go in and out. I'm on my phone now.
Yeah, your view box is smaller than the other box.
I'm just a little teeny tiny girl.
Yes, you are.
In my dreams. Oh man.
Close this portion and then open the.
Dan, do you have the phone number in case you need it?
I have it, yeah.
And I think we should have closed the work session, then come back for the formal meeting, because now technically the meeting's still on. We never closed out of the work session, of the executive session.
When they come back, we'll close out.
George, we just heard you yawn.
I just got my shot today. It really tired me out.
That's good. You got it. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not looking for the second one though.
Did you get Pfizer?
Yeah.
I think we're still on, guys.
Yeah, we are still on.
Yeah, we're still on, guys.
Yep. So it's 6:59. Can I have a motion to close out of the work session part of the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. All in favor, state aye.
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 Okay. Turning it over to you, Mayor.
All right, very good. Karen, is it 7 o'clock?
Yes, sir, it is.
Very good. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to call the regular meeting of Mayor and Council for the Borough of Glassboro for March 23rd, 2021 to order. Karen, could you please read the opening statement?
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting, as required by said act, has been provided by adopting a schedule of regular meetings for the year 2021, which schedule is posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board as well as the Borough website and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County, filed with the Borough Clerk on January 2nd, 2021.
Thank you. Can we all rise to salute the flag, please? I
Right,
pledge
but
Pledge allegiance to the flag of
United
the United
States
States of America, republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Karen, roll call, please.
Mayor Wallace,
Here.
Mr. Casabone,
present.
Mr. Delisandro,
Here.
Mr. Fiola,
Here.
Mr. Halter,
Here.
Ms. Miller,
Here.
Mrs. Spence,
Here.
Mr. Melandro,
Here.
Mr. Scafidi,
Present.
Mr. Brunemer.
Here.
Thank you, Karen. We have no proclamations or presentations this evening, so at this time, I will turn the meeting over to our Borough Solicitor.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. We have a number of public hearings, the first being ordinance number 2104, a bond ordinance authorizing the acquisition of various pieces of capital equipment and completion of various capital improvements in and for the Borough of Glassboro, appropriating the sum of $1,083,000, therefore authorizing issuance of general obligation bonds or bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Glassboro in the aggregate principal amount of up to $1,028,850, making certain determination and covenants and authorizing certain actions in connection with the foregoing. Council so moves for the public portion.
Move the public portion be open.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilman Fiola. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. The floor is now open for anyone from the public who wishes to speak on this proposed ordinance.
Hello, my name is Gwen Rowland.
Hello, Ms. Rowland.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you can hear me. I have two questions. First of all, I thank you that I see that the bumps are being put in on King's Drive, Martin Luther King Drive. Thank you for that.
Rowland?
Yes.
Ms. Rowland. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Your issue is this, where the motion is, the public portion is open for the ordinance, the proposed ordinance that was just written.
Oh, no, okay, then we'll come back.
Yes, in the normal public portion, Ms. Rowland, you will have your time to speak.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, is there anyone from the public that wishes to address the proposed ordinance?
Well, hearing none, I move the public portion be closed and the ordinance adopted as written.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilman Fiola. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone,
Yes.
Mr. Delisandro,
Four.
Mr. Fiola,
Four.
Mr. Halter,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
Four.
Mrs. Spence,
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor. We also have a public hearing on ordinance number 21-05, a bond ordinance authorizing the acquisition of real property in a redevelopment area in the Borough of Glassboro, appropriating the sum of $100,000, authorizing issuance of general obligation bonds or bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Glassboro in the aggregate principal amount of up to $100,000, making certain determination and covenants, and authorizing related actions in connection with same. Again, that would be the ordinance if council so moves for the public hearing.
Move the public portion be open.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. The floor is now open to anyone from the public who wishes to address this proposed ordinance.
Hearing none, I move the public portion be closed. The ordinance adopted as written.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone,
Yes.
Mr. D'Alessandro,
4.
Mr. Fiola,
4.
Mr. Halter,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
4.
Mrs. Spence.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, we have a public hearing on ordinance number 2106, a bond ordinance authorizing various water and sewer improvements in the Borough of Glassboro, appropriating the sum of $655,000 therefore, authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds or bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Glassboro in the aggregate principal amount of up to $655,000. Again, making certain determination and covenants and authorizing related actions in connection with same. That is the ordinance, subject to public hearing if council so moves.
Move the public portion be open.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. The floor is now open to anyone from the public who wishes to address this proposed ordinance.
Hearing none,
I make a motion the public portion be closed and the ordinance adopted as written.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor by Councilman Halter, seconded by Council President Casabone. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone.
Yeah.
Mr. D'Alessandro,
4.
Mr. Fiola,
4.
Mr. Halter,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
4.
Mrs. Spence.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Mayor, we also have one additional final ordinance for public hearing. That is ordinance number 2107, an ordinance fixing and establishing the salaries and compensation of the officer and employees of the Borough of Glassboro for the year 2021. If council so moves for the public portion.
Move the public portion be open.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. The floor is now open to anyone from the public that wishes to address this proposed ordinance.
Hearing none, I move the public portion be closed. The ordinance adopted as written.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone.
Yeah.
Mr. D'Alessandro,
4.
Mr. Fiola,
4.
Mr. Halter,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Spence.
Yes.
That motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of February 23rd, 2021, as well as the closed executive session of February 23rd, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Councilwoman Spence, seconded by Councilman D'Alessandro. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Karen, do we have any communications this evening?
Yes, Mayor. I have a letter of retirement from Gloria Salter, who works for the Park and Recreation Department here in Glassboro. Gloria has 15 years of service to the borough, and she is retiring on June 1st, 2021.
I'll entertain a motion to accept this letter.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
I'll second it.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman D'Alessandro, seconded by, I believe, Councilman Halter. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. And I'd like to, before we move forward, to thank Ms. Salter for her 15 years of service to the borough as of June the 1st, and I wish her well in her retirement. Moving forward, we'll move to committee reports, and I'll start with Council President Casabon.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Councilman D'Alessandro?
Mayor, I have nothing this time also.
Thank you very much, sir. Councilman Fiola?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I have two items. First, I'm in receipt of the various budget and financial reports submitted by CFO Karen Passioni and Assistant Financial Officer Alexis Barton. I believe there are 7 of them. They involve a lot of work, and I thank her for them, both Ms. Passioni and Ms. Barton. Secondly, CFO Passioni has also submitted a report on the results of a refunding bond sale that took place for the 2014 A and B general obligation bonds. The bond sale took place on February 17th of 2021. It was in the amount of $12,621,000. PNC was selected as the underwriter through an RFP process that went through, and the savings, the outstanding savings on that bond sale were amounted to $1,237,842. Ms. Passioni reports that the average savings to the borough for the next 19 years is approximately $65,000 per year as a result. So wonderful job by the CFO, and I'd like to thank her for the report. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Karen. Councilman Halter?
Hey, good evening. I have nothing this evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you very much, sir. Councilwoman Miller?
Good evening, Mayor. Just want to mention that Park and Recreation is currently accepting registration for our T-ball program and also for our track and field program. And as a reminder, the upcoming golf tournament, June 4th, to be held at the Pittman Golf Course. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much, and good evening to you as well. Councilwoman Spence?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say, reiterate the milestone of a year of dealing with COVID and what a great job that Jack Manning has been doing, and everyone at the borough, but particularly Jack. He really stepped up and just did a great job getting us through this. And I just want to publicly say thank you to him for that. And also wish Gloria Salter all the best in her retirement and thank her for her years of service.
Thank you very much, and I couldn't agree more. Thank you. And at this time, we have no unfinished business. Karen, do we have any new business this evening?
Yes, Mayor, I have 3 items under new business. The first item is a request for approval for facilities use application Memorial Day Parade, which will be held hopefully on May 31st, 2021.
Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor by Councilman Halter, seconded by Councilwoman Miller. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries.
I also need a request for, I'm requesting approval for a facilities use application for Community Paint Day which will be held April 17th, 2021.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Halter, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries.
And the last item I have under new business is a request for approval for renewal of a limousine license to DSR Limo Service LLC.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
No.
Motion on the floor by Councilwoman Spence, seconded by Councilwoman Miller. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. Thank you very much. And now we'll move to our engineers report. Mark, please.
Yes, good evening. Things are starting to pick up a little bit with the nicer weather. Matt Blatt's making good progress now on their side, getting all the pipe work done, getting the grades ready to pave. With those, College Town, the Chipotle's just finished up their interior work, along with trying to get a gas service hooked up with the DOT out in there right away. Bonesaw's moving, making progress with their stormwater facility and their retention basin underneath the parking lot, and expansion of that. That's ongoing there. Charles III Drive, the survey work's done. Our guys are in the middle of the design work there. We're looking to get that out by the end of next week, shortly thereafter, the DOT to get authorization to go out to bid. And one last item, if you recall, I guess this was over a year ago, Glassboro teamed up with Elk Township to submit a grant in for resurfacing Jacob Harris Road by ProPac off of Ellis Street. That application was being handled by Elk Township. It was awarded to Elk Township. The plans have gone out to bid, and the bids were received last week. I believe Karen Cosgrove has the results in there. So they are looking to proceed with that work. Part of the work will be in Glassboro, and then the rest of the work will be in Elk Township. And that work is scheduled tentatively to begin in June. Or thereabouts, end of May, early June for those. The construction by ProPac will be a complete reconstruction, enhancing the paving thickness out there for the truck traffic, and then Elk Township will be doing the rest, and of course the striping and signage will be done there. So, and that's all I have at this time.
Thank you very much, Mark. Does anyone have any questions for Mark?
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Very nice. Okay, moving forward, I will again turn the meeting over to our borough solicitor.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The following resolutions are on agenda tonight under the consent portion, starting with Resolution 95, authorizing refund of street opening performance guarantee to AMS Rentals, the amount of $750. Resolution 96, authorizing refund of street opening performance guarantee Kane Communications LLC in the amount of $750. Resolution 97, authorizing refund of street opening performance guarantee Arthur R. Henry in the amount of $750. Resolution 98, resolution appointing emergency management coordinator for the Borough of Glassboro, John Manning, 3-year term, January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2023. Resolution 99, appointing deputy emergency management coordinators for the Borough of Glassboro, Sean Kelly, Zachary Hurd, and Craig Rawls, 1-year term, January 1, 2021, December 31st, 2021. Resolution 100, resolution of the Borough of Glassboro confirming sale of land to Rayona Tolbert for borough-owned vacant land known as Block 53.01, Lot 9, for the total sum of $10,150. Property also known as 128 South Academy Street. Resolution 101, authorizing ratification of collective bargaining unit between the Borough of Glassboro and the Gregory Brunel Memorial Fraternal Order Police Lodge 108 Superior Officers Unit of the Glassboro Police Department. Contract term 2021 through 2024, which includes sergeant, lieutenants, and captains. Resolution 102, authorizing ratification of collective bargaining units between the Borough of Glassboro and the Gregory Brunel Memorial Fraternal Order Police Lodge 108 patrol officers, corporals, and detectives unit of the Glassboro Police Department. Again, term 2021 through 2024, also known as the Patrol Division. Resolution 103, resolution authorizing the Borough of Glassboro to apply for tonnage grant to the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. Resolution 104, canceling grant receivable and appropriation balance. That is from the 2017 New Jersey DOT Municipal Aid Dalton Drive project in the amount of $26,497.18. Resolution 105, authorizing execution of a remedial action protectiveness biannual certification form for the Formers Lose Auto Service Program Interest PI number 008164 Soil Remediation Action Permit number RAP 160001 to allow for appropriate signatures. Final resolution 106, authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Borough of Glassboro and the International Association of Firefighters Local 3592 for a term from January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2024, resolving their contract. Again, they are the resolutions this evening under our consent agenda, beginning with resolution 95 through 106. If council so moves for approval, roll call vote.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Fiola, seconded by Councilman D'Alessandro. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone,
Yes.
Mr. D'Alessandro,
4.
Mr. Fiola,
4.
Mr. Halter,
4.
Ms. Miller,
4.
Mrs. Spence.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Mayor, we also have an ordinance on first reading by title only this evening. That is ordinance number 21-08, an ordinance authorizing execution of First Amendment to lease option agreement between Summit City Solar LLC and the Borough of Glassboro. Original option agreement began on September 6, 2018. That is the ordinance on first reading by title only. If council so moves for introduction, roll call vote.
So moved.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Councilwoman Spence, seconded by Councilman Halter. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone,
Yes.
Mr. D'Alessandro,
4.
Mr. Fiola,
Yes.
Mr. Halter,
4.
Ms. Miller,
4.
Mrs. Spence.
4.
That motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to open the meeting up to the public.
So moved.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. The floor is now open to anyone from the public who wishes to address mayor and council.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
can you hear me?
Yes, if you would please state your name and your address before you speak, and now have.
My name is Diane Johnson. I live at 210 West High Street, Glassboro, New Jersey. And the reason I'm speaking is because I had mentioned this a couple of times before about the four-way stop here at the corner of Mick Drive and Ellis and High Street and Ellis. I had mentioned before about if someone can look into it about a four-way stop or even putting a light here, because it's dangerous out here, and it's accidents all the time out here, and they fly. They don't stop. Half the time they don't stop at the stop sign at the end of High and Ellis. They pull up to the stop sign. They don't even look. I mean, they don't stop. If they don't see a car coming, they pull right out.
Thank
Hello?
you very much. Yes, well, thank you very much, Ms. Johnson. I would, Ed, if you want to address that briefly. I know we've been working on that and looking into that. Ed, if you want to speak on that. If you would.
Absolutely. Mark Brunemer, myself, and John Palillo met this week. We're actually going to be bringing some ideas to the work session on April 1st on things that we could do on High Street. The stop signs, I don't think that's going to work right now, but there are other things that we're looking at. One of them is we have on order a crosswalk at Poplar and High that will hopefully slow the traffic as well. It's a blinking crosswalk. That's part of it, but we're looking to do a couple other things and review it with mayor and council as well at our next work session.
Okay, but that's fine, and that might slow it down. But when you come in from Ellis, when you come into the stop sign on Ellis Street, when you come into the stop sign, the cars don't stop. That's what I'm talking about. The cars don't stop, and when I pull on my driveway, I'll wait for them. It's not a problem. But it's other cars coming, and the cars that's at that stop sign, they don't really stop to see if cars coming or not. They just pull right out.
Yes, Ms. Johnson, we understand and we appreciate you bringing this to our attention. We are looking at it, and we will continue to look at it, and we'll be as diligent as we can to make sure that everyone is as safe as possible in that intersection.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you again for bringing that to our attention.
You're welcome. Thank you.
My name is Gwendolyn Rowlands.
Hi, Ms.
And
Rowland.
I live in the Ellsman section of Glassboro, and I see where you're putting the bumps in the street on Kings Drive, which is a good thing. And now my question is, is anyone getting ready to start building something on Kings Drive? Because I see that there's a lot of ribbons tied around trees. What kind of action are we getting ready to take in that area? Hello?
Yes, hi, Ms. Rowland. As far as I know, there's no building, there's no construction going on that area where we're just working on the speed bumps at that point. I can assure you that anything that's going to be moving forward in the Ellesmere section or any other section of town, people will be notified in ample time and notified of everything that we will be doing or planning to do.
Okay, because when you ride down the street, you see a lot of the trees have like pink and blue, whatever ribbons tied around them, as if they doing something, get ready to do something. So
Could that be a private development going on? I don't
it
mean
could be, so that's why I'm asking, because if a private developer has bought all that land and they're getting ready to start building.
No, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant, ma'am. I'm sorry to interrupt. I didn't mean that. I meant individual lots. Private developer wouldn't do that without our knowledge.
Okay, because they're all the way up and down. And also on that same street, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I know that the police know about this. There's an old house that's been there since before I was born, and it's run down, it's caved in. And someone have painted a red king sign. They said that that's the tagging of a gang. Like there's a gang in Glassboro, and they tagged that house as if this is their area. Can someone give me a correct meaning of what that is?
What was that address, ma'am?
It's right on Kings Drive, basically across from the church, like across from it a little ways down. There's a big red king printed on crown. There's a big red crown printed on the bricks, and then there's some more painting in black and red. And somebody told me that was a gang sign. like that's their area now. And I'm like, no, we don't have no gangs back here.
I will, thank you for bringing that to our attention as well. We will certainly have someone go back there and look at it and assess the situation.
Yeah.
John, I'll go tomorrow if that's okay with you, and I'll take pictures and report back to the police chief to see if we can gain any intelligence. And also, Ms. Rowland, you're right, the speed humps, we were actually going to start them tomorrow, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So they will be up, and we did put the street lights up on Kentucky. I'm not sure if you saw those. And I'll also take a look at the trees when I get out there tomorrow and see if I can figure out what's going on.
Okay, and you put some street lights on Kentucky?
We did, yes.
Okay, I guess I would have to ride down to see them.
Yeah, they're in the back of Kentucky where we were asked to put them. Yep, there's two of them right now. Yep.
I will check them out tomorrow sometime.
Okay.
Okay, I appreciate it. And when you find out if that's a gang sign that's trying to control Glassboro or Ellesmere, can you let us know? Is there any way that we will be able to know what that is?
Yeah, we will let you know. We'll let you know. Anything you do, we ask. We'll find out answers, and we'll be sure to let you know.
Okay, thank you so very much. You guys have a blessed evening and stay safe.
You do the same, and thank you again for calling in.
Okay.
Can I speak again or no? Hello? Can I say something again? Oh, okay. I want to say thank you too for getting ready to do the speed bumps, because I've been speaking on that too for a while, and I appreciate that because my daughter lives right there, and they flies down that road, so I thank you for that. And another question, you said you put some lights on. Hello?
Yes.
You said you put some lights on Kentucky. Is there any way you can put? I'm just asking if you could put some lights on Martin Luther King Drive as well, because it's dark back there as well.
We can look into that too as well.
Okay. And one more question. Do you know? I haven't heard anything about the Ellesmere, about the projects. Are y'all gonna do anything with that, or who's handling that?
The project on Lincoln Boulevard, you mean?
No, yes, the whole, with the projects, where Ellesmere projects were, there's nothing there yet. So are y'all going to build there, or they're going to build houses there, or what's the make of that?
Yeah, we're in the process of dealing with a developer right now. It's still in the planning phases. And once we get some confirmation on things, the residents will be made aware of what we're doing.
Oh, okay. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, and have a blessed night.
You do the same. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wish to address Mayor and Council?
Yes, sir. My name is Timothy Graves. I live at 126 South Academy Street. Good evening, everyone. First off, I wanted to thank you again for last council meeting and the tax, raising the taxes. I got a little ahead of myself in my issue, and I forgot to thank you for that. So thank you for that. First off. Second off, I wanted to congratulate my new neighbor at 128 South Academy Street in the purchase of the property. I did have one concern regarding an additional driveway entrance and a common issue that is on our block on South Academy Street with multiple driveway entrances to borough vacant property. Those driveway entrances seem to encourage parking on the grass. And parking on the grass is kind of hard to report, because once you report it, you're now the bad neighbor for ever. So I'm not trying to be the bad neighbor forever. I'm just trying to work towards a common goal and in adhering to the ordinances and keeping the borough, the way it's supposed to be. Thank you again for your time, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Graves. I appreciate you calling in and sharing that information.
Then the borough, the rest of the borough property, and they fenced it off where she couldn't park there no more because he was complaining.
Anyone else from the public wish to address mayor and council?
I think you said raise the birthday there, so she brought it. Then she called.
Hearing no others, I'll make a motion to close the public portion.
Second.
Oh, I'm
Motion
sorry.
on the
One
floor
more
by
thing.
Councilman
One more
Halter,
thing. I'm
seconded by Councilman D'Alessandro. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I think someone else wanted to speak.
I'm sorry?
I think someone else wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. If I could say, this is Timothy Graves one more time. I forgot to mention, I wanted to thank Clark Pierpont and the borough for clearing the property behind that lot, 128 South Academy Street. Amazing job, and thank you again.
thank you, Mr. Graves. I'm sorry I didn't hear you. Councilman D'Alessandro,
problem.
thanks for bringing that to my attention. Okay. So I will revisit the motion to close the public hearing. We have a motion and a second. Am I correct, Counselor? So we can.
That's correct, Mayor. That is correct,
We
Mayor.
have a motion and a second to close the public portion. All those in favor state aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? That motion carries. The public portion is now closed. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve all duly authorized bills.
Move that all duly authorized bills be paid.
Second, that all duly authorized bills be paid.
I have a motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilman Fiola to pay all duly authorized bills. All those in favor state aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? That motion.
Mayor, I have one
carries.
abstention.
Oh, I'm
Mayor,
sorry,
I have
Council.
one abstention. 21-00870.
Well, thank you very much. That abstention is noted. Anyone else have any abstentions? That motion carries. Any comments from our borough administrator?
Mayor, all I would like to add tonight is I'd like to thank the Gregory Brunel FOP Lodge 108 and the International Association of Firefighters Local 3592. Their cooperation on putting together these contracts. It's good that they're done, and we can move on for the next few years. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. And I would just like to say, in this anniversary of COVID, like Councilwoman Spence said, to thank, starting with Jack Manning, our OEM coordinator director, and all of the residents, the council people, staff, across the board for all of the work and diligence that they've had in doing the best job that we keeping Glassboro safe. And with the weather kind of breaking now, I ask that everybody just try to be extra careful, stay diligent, but go out and enjoy yourselves. But again, please be safe. And with that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilman Halter. All those in favor state aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great evening. Next regular meeting is scheduled for April 13th, 2021, 7 p.m. Thank you very much.
Have a
Night,
good
everybody.
Good night.
Stay
Good
safe.
night.